Did you know that one of the most powerful health tools you could ever use is already sitting in your kitchen? Quiet, overlooked, and only costing pennies. It's not a fancy supplement. It's not a new miracle pill. It's something most of us grew up with: humble baking soda. You've probably used it to freshen the fridge or bake a loaf of banana bread. But what if I told you this simple white powder may do far more than you've ever imagined? From easing joint pain, to helping your kidneys, to calming acid in the stomach, baking soda has quietly earned a place in medical journals, not just recipe books. So why aren't more people talking about it? That's what we're here to explore today. I'll walk you through the science-backed benefits, the risks you should know, and the best ways to use it safely, especially if you're over 60. And by the way, where are you watching from today? Let us know in the comments. We've got friends tuning in from all over the world. If someone in your family could benefit from this, don't keep it to yourself. Feel free to send them this video. If you find it helpful, give it a like, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. We've got a lot to share, and your health journey is worth every step. Alright, ready to see what baking soda can really do? Let's get started. Part 1. A natural detox ally. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like your body just needed a little reset? Maybe after a long week of rich meals, or when your skin starts acting up and you just don't feel quite right. You're not alone. And the answer might be sitting quietly in your kitchen cabinet: baking soda. Now, I know what you're thinking. Baking soda? The same stuff I use to clean my sink? Yes, exactly that. This simple white powder, when dissolved in water, becomes alkaline. That means it can help neutralize excess acid in the body. And that's where the story of gentle detox begins. Some people soak in baking soda baths. They say it calms the skin, soothes itchiness, and even helps draw out toxins. While science hasn't fully confirmed all the skin-related detox effects, millions swear by the feeling of relief, especially folks with eczema, rashes, or dry, irritated skin. But here's where it gets interesting. When taken in small amounts, under medical guidance, baking soda may actually help your body manage internal acidity. You see, our kidneys work hard to keep the body's pH in balance. But when they struggle, as they sometimes do with age or illness, the acid can build up. In fact, a major study published by the Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that sodium bicarbonate, yes, plain old baking soda, helped patients with chronic kidney disease slow their decline in kidney function. That's powerful. I've seen it firsthand in some of my older patients. When used responsibly, a little baking soda in water, just a half teaspoon in a full glass, not more, can make a real difference in how they feel. It's not a miracle, but it's a small, smart tool in the right situation. But let me be clear, this isn't for everyone. If you have high blood pressure, heart issues, or are watching your sodium, this may not be the best choice for you. Always check with your doctor before trying any remedy, natural or not. So, tell me, have you ever used baking soda for more than baking? What meals do you usually enjoy? Do you ever feel heavy after eating? Leave a comment below. Your story might help someone else. And if someone in your family is dealing with kidney issues or acid imbalance, feel free to share this with them. Sometimes the most overlooked solutions are the ones that have been sitting right in front of us, quietly waiting to help. Part 2. Brighten your smile, freshen your breath. Let's talk about something we all care about: a clean, healthy smile. Now, have you ever brushed your teeth with a little baking soda? Just a pinch? You probably noticed how smooth your teeth felt afterward, almost squeaky clean. That's not just your imagination. There's real science behind it. Baking soda acts as a gentle scrub. It lifts surface stains, those from coffee, tea, even that slice of blueberry pie, and helps bring back the natural whiteness of your teeth. But that's not all. It also changes the environment in your mouth. Baking soda is alkaline, meaning it helps neutralize acids. Why does that matter? Because bacteria love acidic places. When your mouth is more balanced, those harmful bacteria don't stand a chance. That means fewer cavities, healthier gums, and fresher breath. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Clinical Dentistry found that toothpaste containing baking soda removed significantly more plaque and stains than regular toothpaste. And that's something I've recommended to many of my patients over the years, especially those who wanted a brighter smile without harsh chemicals. But here's a friendly warning from one friend to another: don't overdo it. Baking soda is a mild abrasive. Used too often, or with too much pressure, it can wear down the enamel, that protective layer on your teeth. The key is moderation. 2 or 3 times a week is more than enough. And always use a soft bristle brush. So tell me, have you ever tried baking soda as part of your dental routine? Or do you know someone who might benefit from this tip? Share your story in the comments. It could brighten someone's day, just like it brightens your smile. Part 3. Calm the burn. Heartburn relief. Let me paint a picture. You've just finished a delicious meal, maybe something a little spicy, maybe a bit rich. You're sitting back, feeling satisfied, when suddenly it hits. That slow burn rising from your chest to your throat. Sound familiar? You're not alone. Heartburn is one of the most common discomforts we face as we age. And sometimes, it sneaks up when we least expect it. But here's the good news. Relief might be just a few feet away, right in your kitchen cabinet. A simple remedy that's been passed down for generations: baking soda. Just 1 teaspoon stirred into a glass of water, sipped slowly, not all at once, can bring relief in minutes. Baking soda is alkaline, which means it neutralizes stomach acid. That's the same acid causing that burning sensation after a big meal. And this isn't just a home remedy. For decades, doctors have recognized sodium bicarbonate as a fast-acting antacid. In fact, it's even listed in medical journals as a go-to option for occasional heartburn. It works quickly, it's affordable, and for many, it's incredibly effective. Now, this isn't meant to replace your medications, and it's not something to use every day. But if you're looking for a natural option when heartburn flares up now and then, this could be your simple solution. So let me ask you, have you ever tried baking soda for heartburn? Did it work for you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. You never know, your story might help someone else finally find some comfort too. Part 4. A fungus fighter for your feet. Let me ask, have you ever dealt with that nagging itch between your toes? Maybe it started as a little redness. Then came the burning, peeling, and discomfort. Athlete's foot is more common than most people realize, especially as we age and our skin becomes more sensitive. Now, before you reach for the pharmacy shelf, there's something you might want to try first: baking soda. Yes, that same powder sitting in your kitchen. It's not just for baking, it's a powerful little fungus fighter. You see, fungi love warm, moist, and slightly acidic environments. But when you apply baking soda to the skin, it changes that environment. It becomes alkaline, and that shift makes it harder for fungus to survive. It weakens their cell walls and slows their ability to spread. And this isn't just an old wives' tale. A study published in the journal Mycopathologia found that a solution with baking soda inhibited the growth of 80% of fungal strains tested. That's impressive, and it's something you can do right at home without harsh chemicals. So here's what I often recommend to patients who struggle with itchy feet or minor skin infections. Try a foot soak. Add a couple of tablespoons of baking soda to a warm basin of water. Soak for 15 to 20 minutes. Then pat dry thoroughly. Or, if needed, make a gentle paste with baking soda and water and apply it directly to the affected area. It's simple, non-toxic, and often soothing within just a few treatments. And if you've tried this before, what was your experience like? Let us know in the comments. Your advice might help someone finally find relief from an issue they've been too embarrassed to talk about. Part 5. Urinary tract relief. Gently. Now, let's talk about something many people are shy to mention, but it's more common than you'd think. Urinary tract infections, or UTIs. Painful. Frustrating. And if you're a woman over 60, chances are you've faced one at some point. That burning sensation, the constant urge to go, it can wear you down. And sometimes it just keeps coming back. While antibiotics are often necessary and should never be skipped, some people have found that baking soda can help ease the discomfort during recovery. Here's how it works. UTIs thrive in an acidic environment. Baking soda, when mixed in small amounts with water, helps to alkalize the urine. That shift can make it harder for bacteria to multiply and may even reduce that awful stinging feeling when you go. A study out of Japan, published in the Japanese Journal of Urology, looked at women with recurring UTIs. They added a bit of sodium bicarbonate to their daily routine, and many reported less pain, more comfort, and better overall urinary health. Now, does that mean baking soda is a cure? No, not at all. But for some, it's a gentle companion alongside medical treatment. Just half a teaspoon in a full glass of water, once a day, is what's typically recommended. And even then, only with your doctor's approval. Because here's the truth, your body is unique. What works for one person may not be right for another. So, have you ever tried baking soda for bladder relief? Or do you know someone who struggles with frequent UTIs? Feel free to share this video. It might help more than you know. Part 6. Mouth sores and sore throats. You know, it's often the smallest things that cause the most discomfort. A little canker sore tucked inside your cheek. It might be no bigger than a pencil eraser, but it can make every bite of food, every sip of coffee, even a smile feel like a challenge. I've seen so many patients over the years come in with that quiet wince, not a major illness, but a tiny thing that steals their peace. And the good news is, sometimes relief is simple. A warm rinse with baking soda, just half a teaspoon in a glass of warm water, swished gently around the mouth. It may seem too easy, but it works. It helps reduce inflammation, neutralizes acidity, and creates the kind of balanced environment that encourages healing. The American Dental Association has even noted that baking soda is a mild antiseptic, gentle enough for irritated tissues, strong enough to help keep the area clean. And there's a lovely bonus too. That same rinse can soothe a sore throat, especially when colds and flu make their rounds. It breaks down mucus, calms irritation, and gives your throat a moment of quiet. I used to tell my older patients, especially those who didn't like taking too many medications, just try this first. Often, they'd come back smiling, saying, "Doc, that rinse saved me during the holidays." So, if you've got a sore in your mouth, or that scratchy throat is creeping in, don't wait. Give this gentle remedy a try. And if you've used it before, or have your own version, I'd love to hear it. Share it in the comments. Your story might bring comfort to someone else who's hurting right now. Part 7. Muscle burn? Boost exercise naturally. You know, I've worked with athletes and everyday folks alike, and one thing they all ask me is, how do I keep going when my muscles say stop? That familiar burn you feel during a long walk or after climbing a few stairs, it's often caused by a buildup of lactic acid. It's your body's way of saying, I'm getting tired. But what if I told you that professional athletes, yes, even Olympians, have quietly used baking soda to buffer that acid, helping them push further and last longer in intense activity? It's true. When taken in small amounts before exercise, baking soda can help neutralize that acid and give your muscles a little more breathing room. And this isn't just locker room gossip. A meta-analysis published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that sodium bicarbonate supplementation significantly improved performance in high-intensity, short-duration activities, things like sprinting, swimming, even competitive cycling. Now, you might be thinking, I'm not training for the Olympics. And that's fair, but for many seniors, even a short walk around the neighborhood or a few minutes of light gardening can feel like a workout. And that same acid buildup applies. So if your legs feel like they're quitting before you do, this might be something to explore. Just a teaspoon in water about an hour before light activity, under your doctor's guidance, of course, might help take the edge off that muscle burn. I've had patients tell me, "Doc, I was able to walk longer today, and it didn't feel like such a chore." And that, my friend, is worth more than any medal. Part 8. Soothe arthritis and gout. If you live with joint pain, I want you to know you're not alone. Whether it's your knees, your hands, or your lower back, those daily aches can feel like a slow, quiet thief, stealing your comfort, your movement, your peace. I've sat with many patients over the years, people who tried everything from over-the-counter pain relievers to injections, just to get a little relief. And sometimes, they'd ask me, "Is there anything else, Doc? Something simple?" That's when I'd mention baking soda. Now, it might sound too humble to be helpful, but science is catching up to what many of us suspected for years. A 2018 study published in the Journal of Immunology found something remarkable. Drinking a small solution of baking soda daily helped calm the body's immune system. It didn't just mask symptoms, it changed how the immune system responded, shifting it from a state of inflammation to one of balance. For people living with rheumatoid arthritis, this could mean less swelling, less stiffness, and more ease with everyday tasks like opening jars, walking across the room, or holding a cup of coffee without pain. But there's more. For those living with gout, that sudden, sharp, stabbing pain often hitting the big toe, baking soda may offer an extra bonus. Gout is caused by a buildup of uric acid, which forms painful crystals in the joints. Because baking soda is alkaline, it can help neutralize that acid, reducing both the intensity and frequency of flare-ups. Just a half teaspoon mixed with a full glass of water, once or twice a day, has helped many people ease their symptoms, though always under medical supervision. I've seen eyes light up when the pain finally fades, even just a little, when someone says, "I got out of bed this morning without limping." And I've seen the relief in knowing that help doesn't always have to come in the form of another pill. So if you're struggling with stiff joints or gout attacks, and you're looking for something gentle, affordable, and supported by research, baking soda might just be a step worth trying. And if it's brought you relief, share your experience below. Someone out there might really need to hear it today. Part 9. Can baking soda help with cancer treatment? I want to tread gently here. When we talk about cancer, we're talking about something deeply personal, something many of us have faced, either ourselves or through someone we love. And I would never suggest that any kitchen remedy could replace medical treatment. That said, there is some early science surrounding baking soda that's worth keeping an eye on. Researchers have discovered that many cancer cells tend to thrive in highly acidic environments. That acidity doesn't just help tumors grow, it may also make them more resistant to treatments like chemotherapy. The theory is, if we could gently raise the pH in those areas, even just a little, we might weaken the tumor's defenses and make it more vulnerable. In one notable animal study published in the journal Cancer Research, scientists gave mice with aggressive breast cancer a sodium bicarbonate solution. The results were striking. The tumors didn't disappear, but their growth slowed, and the chemotherapy seemed to work more effectively. The baking soda helped create a less acidic, more balanced environment around the tumor cells. I need to emphasize, this was in mice, not in humans. We still need well-controlled clinical trials before this becomes part of any approved treatment plan. But as a retired doctor who's watched cancer care evolve over decades, I find it encouraging. It tells me we're still learning, still exploring, still finding hope in unexpected places. So no, baking soda is not a cancer cure. But maybe, just maybe, it will one day become a small piece of the bigger picture. Until then, always follow your oncology team's guidance, and stay open to the possibilities that science continues to uncover. Part 10. Natural deodorant and personal care. Let's take a step back to something simple. Personal care. Staying fresh throughout the day, without all the harsh chemicals so many of us are trying to avoid. If you've ever looked at the back of a deodorant label and wondered, what are all these ingredients? You're not alone. Parabens, aluminum, synthetic fragrances, they're in most commercial brands. But there's a natural alternative, sitting quietly in your kitchen. Baking soda. It works by neutralizing the acids in sweat that cause odor, and by absorbing moisture, helping you stay dry. And it's not just anecdotal. A study in the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology confirmed that baking soda significantly reduced underarm odor when applied topically. It's simple, effective, and free of the things we're all trying to cut back on. For an extra gentle touch, I often recommend mixing it with a little coconut oil. That gives it a smooth, creamy texture and adds a bit of moisture protection for sensitive skin. Just a light dusting under the arms is all you need. So if you're ready to simplify your routine and freshen up naturally, baking soda may be just the thing. Sometimes, the most trustworthy solutions are the ones that have been with us all along. Who should be careful? Before you reach for the box of baking soda and start adding it to your daily routine, let me pause for a moment and offer a word of care. Because while baking soda can be wonderfully helpful, it's not for everyone. If you have high blood pressure, kidney problems, or are following a low-sodium diet, please be cautious. Baking soda contains sodium, and when used too often or in large amounts, it can tip the balance inside your body. For someone whose kidneys are already working overtime, that extra sodium can cause fluid retention or strain the heart. I've seen it happen more than once. Pregnant women, nursing mothers, and those with gastrointestinal issues, like ulcers or acid reflux, should also take extra care. Baking soda can alter stomach acidity, and in some cases, that can make things worse, not better. And if you've ever had allergic reactions or sensitive skin, it's wise to test a small area before using it topically. I say all of this not to scare you, but to remind you that even natural remedies deserve respect. Your body is unique, and what helps one person might not be right for another. So please, always check with your doctor or pharmacist before starting any new health habit. This isn't medical advice. It's simply the voice of someone who's spent a lifetime helping people, just like you, make safe, informed decisions. So, we've come full circle. From calming your stomach, to easing sore joints, from fighting infection to brightening your smile, baking soda reminds us of something simple, yet powerful. Sometimes, the best remedies in life aren't expensive, they're just overlooked. Just one small box, sitting quietly in your kitchen, holding the potential to bring relief, comfort, and balance to your daily life. Now I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever used baking soda for your health? Maybe to soothe heartburn, maybe in a foot soak, or even just to help a sore throat feel a little better? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience might be the gentle nudge someone else needs today. And if this video helped you in any way, send it to someone you care about. A friend, a sibling, a neighbor. You never know whose life might be made easier by something so small, yet so effective. I'm Doctor, your name. Retired from the clinic, but never retired from caring. Thank you for spending this time with me. Keep listening to your body, keep learning, and remember, better health doesn't come from big leaps. It begins with small, thoughtful steps. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.